talk very briefly about ocular trauma. In ophthalmology, trauma is usually classified into three types. One is trauma by some blunt object like tennis ball or squash ball. Second is the trauma by some uh, sharp object like knife or pencil. And thirdly, chemical trauma. Out of all these three, chemical trauma is the far more uh, important in this context, that it is more emergency as compared to blunt and uh, perforating trauma, because in blunt trauma and perforating trauma the damage has already occurred most of the time. Now usually there is no hurry that it should be done within 30 minutes or 1 hour. You can plan anesthesia, general anesthesia, and then you can proceed on the same day, not to postpone it, but you can take some time. But in chemical trauma, you have to reach to the patient as early as possible. So let's talk first of all about chemical trauma, why it is an emergency also. Because the chemical trauma is basically divided further into two parts. One is trauma by some acidic substances and by some alkali agents. And in daily routine, we see patients with acid trauma while they are handling the batteries of the car, or housewives who are washing the some areas of their home with acid which contains sulfuric acid, and batteries of the car also contain sulfuric acid. Accidentally it can go into the eye, and it causes severe pain and irritation. Patient comes to you in emergency or IOPD. First thing, this is the first thing where you don't take the history. Whenever the patient say कि मेरी आँख में कुछ गया है और अब मैं बड़ी सख्त तकलीफ में हूँ, आपने उसको लिटा लेना है, and for घड़ी से देख कर for 30 minutes आपने उसको नॉर्मल सलाइन या कोई भी जो ड्रिप है उससे उसकी आँख वॉश करनी है. अगर वो अवेलेबल नहीं है, पेरिफेरी में है, आप टैप वाटर से करें. अगर टैप वाटर नहीं है, कोई गंदा पानी आपको लग रहा है, इमरजेंसी है, आप उससे वॉश करें. आप ये ना करें कि अल्कली एसिड पड़ा तो मैं अल्कली ढूंढूं उसको न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए. नो, टैप वाटर, बुक में टैप वाटर लिखा हुआ है, क्योंकि ड्रिप में भी अरेंज करने में देर लग जाती है. आप उसको सेट करते हैं, वो करते हैं, आप उसको फौरन अगर इधर आया है फर्ज करें, इधर ही ओपीडी में लिटा लेंगे और इधर उसको टैप वाटर से उसको वॉश आधा घंटा करते रहेंगे ताकि वो जितना न्यूट्रलाइज हो सके, जितना एसिड पड़ा वो इसका ख़त्म हो जाए. अब एसिड जोन सा है वो आम तौर पे डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द हाउ मच एसिड हैज गॉन इनटू द आई एंड हाउ मच टाइम इट हैज रिटेन्ड इन द आई causes the outcome, later outcome. So the reason of washing it as early as possible and as much as possible, at least 30 minutes, is to not to let it in the eye if it is present in high quantity. And the signs are usually there is blanching of the blood vessel. That is when you see a normal eye, you will see red blood vessels, capillaries around the limbus, which is normal. But blanching means these vessels become obliterated and ischemic, and you will see whitish areas. They can be temporary or they can be permanent. If they are temporary, then you will in follow up you will see, and if they are permanent, what they will cause? They can cause the damage to the sclera and to the cornea, peripheral cornea, which can be a very major issue in the future. And after 30 minutes of washing a patient with acid burn, you will examine him, then you will take the history, and then you will examine patient on the slit lamp. And usually, if the trauma is of moderate type, there will be corneal erosions, mild corneal edema, and you can see some inflammatory cells in the anterior chamber, like in uveitis. People may be affected, may be sluggish in reaction. So the initial treatment is aimed at giving topical steroid eye drops every 2 hourly, like Pred4, that is prednisolone, along with the cycloplegics, that is cyclopentolate, to uh, uh, par- paralyze the ciliary body, because in response to trauma, ciliary body becomes contracted and causes the pain. So when you will paralyze it with cycloplegia, the pain will be relieved. Then you give topical vitamin A, vitamin C if available, and you also give oral vitamin C for corneal epithelial healing. Usually, the acid trauma is confined to cornea, but sometimes it can proliferate into the anterior chamber and can cause inflammation like anterior uveitis. It can cause development of cataract, and uh, it can, in rare cases, can cause total opacification of the cornea and corneal opacity. Now, coming to the alkali. Alkali burn is mostly encountered while doing the whitewash, or when you are sitting and छत से कोई वो जो सफेदी है वो आँख में आगे गिर जाती है, या इसी तरह का कोई केमिकल आँख में पड़ जाए. Now, alkali is much more dangerous than acid burn, because alkalis, what do they coagulate the corneal proteins, and they penetrate and they cause more intraocular damage. Acid does not coagulate cornea, which is made up of protein, to that extent as alkalis do. So their penetration is deep. Earlier treatment is same, that is tap water washing, followed by history and examination. And then the treatment is also the same like the with acid burn. But the point to remember is that alkali damage is more dangerous. Now, let's come briefly to the important points of blunt and perforating trauma. Blunt trauma is something which is like a fist. जैसे लड़ाई झगड़े के अंदर किसी को मुक्का लग गया आँख के ऊपर, क्रिकेट बॉल लग गई. इसमें जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है, सबसे जो डेंजरस ब्लंट ट्रॉमा होता है वो स्क्वॉश बॉल से होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि उसका साइज स्क्वॉश बॉल का इस तरह का होता है कि वो फिट हो जाता है आई बॉल के अंदर. जो क्रिकेट का बॉल है, या चाहे वो हार्ड बॉल हो चाहे सॉफ्ट हो, वो इतना डैमेज इसलिए नहीं देता कि वो ऑर्बिटल बोन्स उसको बचा लेती हैं आई बॉल. ये इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है. स्क्वॉश बॉल जो है, जो वो हमने बड़े पेशेंट देखे हैं, वो आँख में सही फिट हो जाता है. एंड ब्लंट ट्रॉमा कैन टोटली रप्चर द आई बॉल. फट जाती है आई बॉल. जिस तरह जोर से शॉट मारो तो बॉल ही फट जाता, इस आई बॉल भी फट सकता है. इट्स एन एक्सट्रीम कंडीशन, रेयरली सीन rupture of the eyeball. But usually what happens कि corneal edema होता है, then you can see same things like uveitis, cataract development, and edema of the retina. Edema of the retina is called commotioretinic. Commotioretina. It is a special term where you will see edematous retina with ophthalmic score which is seen whitish, and it is topical systemic steroids are given for its treatment. If mild trauma is there, patient can and patient is fortunate, he may not develop any complication, otherwise he may develop cataract, then you will have to take out the cataract or you will treat the uveitis. Now in perforating trauma, like with the pencil or with the pallet of the air gun, जैसे शरा होता है वो through and through चला जाता है, and you have to identify the entry point and the exit point. For that you have to clinically under anesthesia you will do the EUA, examination under anesthesia, and you will have to manipulate the eyeball to see. Sometimes the foreign body is so small that even you can't pick the entry point. But with the practice, you can find the entry point. Then you will see the whole path from, for example, from the limbus. It has gone. You can see a small hole. Then you can see the hole in the iris, and then you will not be able to see anything. And if the eyeball is intact and only intraocular foreign body has gone, with the electric fundus you can see the intraocular foreign body into the vitreous cavity. So now it is a very devastating condition. Intraocular foreign body must be usually it has to be taken out, especially if it is of such made of such a substance which can cause problems like iron. If it is left inside the eye, it can cause cirrhosis. If copper is left inside the eye, it can cause suppression and suppurative infection, like जिस तरह बैक्टीरिया का इन्फेक्शन होता है. कुछ इनर्ट फॉरेन बॉडीज होती है. वेजिटेटिव ट्रॉमा को भी आपने छोड़ सकते हैं, फंगल इन्फेक्शन हो सकता है. लेकिन अगर किसी की आंख में शीशे का टुकड़ा चला गया, that is inert. If it is not causing the problem, you will see how you will weigh the how much intervention will damage as compared to the original damage. If it is a small glass and it is settled down and not causing any problem, you may leave it because it is not going to cause any problem. So in perforating trauma, you have to first of all check the foreign body, and there is no definite point that foreign body will be present, but you have to rule out. If foreign body is not present, then you will do primary repair, that is from where it is ruptured, whether in the blunt trauma or in the perforating trauma, you will just repair at the first point. You will not do the cataract surgery also. You will just form the structure of the eyeball. And in the second surgery, you will address the problems where it has affected. Like if it has developed cataract, you will plan the cataract surgery. If it has caused retinal detachment, you will plan the detachment surgery, but not at the primary or first position. The first approach is to just make the integrity of the eyeball correct and prevent the infection, because ocular trauma in more than 90% of the cases get infected, and there are many high chances of losing the eye. So under high sterile conditions and antibiotic cover, you have to do all these procedures. So these were some important points regarding trauma of the eyes. Is chemical trauma, acid, alkali, and the important points like squash ball trauma in blunt trauma and alkali trauma, which is more dangerous than acid in this, and perforating trauma. And one last thing, that if you are suspecting foreign body in the eye, never do MRI. MR is contraindicated because if it turns out to be a metallic,
Yes, sir.
it will displace and it will cause further damage.
Yes, sir.
लेकिन अगर वो inert है, glass की है, फिर तो ठीक है, लेकिन as far as you don't know it, you should not do it. ठीक है?
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much.